in Life with Elizabeth, featuring Del Moore. Number 1 in the Life of Elizabeth occurred on Skulking Day. A skulking day is any day that Alvin skulks around the house trying to catch somebody at something. Alvin skulks very badly. Elizabeth says he just doesn't have the skull for it. Honey, you asleep?
Do things like that.
I got you. Fall down.
Come on, let's go in.
Wait a minute. Why are you being a second-class spy all over the place?
Come on, I don't want him to see us.
Alvin, no.
Well, look, I'm going to get him this time.
You leave that Paperboy alone.
Honey, would you get down? I don't want him to see you.
I can't believe a great big hulking adult you would actually try to ambush a helpless child.
Helpless child? Honey, that kid's a regular Annie Oakley with that paper.
If you want to talk to the boy, you sit right down here and wait for him. I'm not going to have you pouncing on him out of the bushes.
I hate that kid.
Oh, Alvin, for goodness sake, I hate that kid. He's such a Scrooge. Well, he's a little boy. And little boys are all kind of... This is the kid I can't stand. Every week he puts one of these in the hedge. He doesn't throw it in there, he puts it in the hedge. Usually way down near the roots where all the spiders are.
Well, you can stand for that kind of stuff if you want to. That kid that delivers the daily paper throws it in the bird bath, and I'm going to catch him in the act.
Well, be firm, honey, but be polite. That's all I ask.
Okay, okay. This will be his last.
Come back here, Alvin. I don't want the neighbors to think cabbage grows out of our hedge.
There's a skinny kid on a bicycle way up the street. Wait a minute.
That's Mrs. Skinridge coming back from the market.
On a bicycle?
No, she just has a peculiar walk.
Honey, look, don't make me sit way back here. I've got to be fast to grab that kid.
You're not going to grab any kid. Goodness sakes, Alvin, you had a paper route once yourself.
That's exactly the point. I use the adult approach with my customers.
Naturally, you were 27.
There was no such thing. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. There he is.
Come on back here, Mrs. Wiggs. You're not going to start another cabbage patch.
Shh. Wait a minute. Here he comes.
Are you under the impression nobody can see you?
Look, I want him to see me. He wouldn't dare throw that paper when I'm running. Hey! Hey! Get back here! You monster! Look at that.
You probably thought you were buzzing.
Look at this paper. Look at that. I cancel. Try to collect your money. Look at this. What are you laughing about?
He wouldn't dare, wouldn't he? 1 inch to the left and you'd have had the news up your nose.
Elizabeth, will you cancel this subscription and stop clawing at my face?
All right, come on, sit down. Come on.
I never saw anything.
You're going to sit here till you calm down, and then you're going to call the boy's father.
I'll do no such
And
thing.
you're not going to beat up on the boy's father.
Look,
And you're not going to touch his mother, either.
Cancel the subscription, Elizabeth.
No.
Whole world's against me. Is that it?
And you're not going to drive by the boy's house and throw this in his window.
Well,
Anyway, what kind of a fold is this?
It happens to be the universal biscuit fold. This dummy uses the ordinary flop-over fold. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, this went out with button shoes. These things don't sail.
I can't understand how he can hit the bird bath with that.
He must flip that end over end, I think. See, did you ever use the boomerang fold?
No, I can never get it to work.
Oh, that's the very best. Look here. See? Like...
How do you know so much about this?
Oh, well, don't forget I had 3 brothers.
Which one had the route?
Mama.
That's the boomerang fold, huh?
See? Now watch. Here we go. Now watch this. Duck. See, we used to use it for going around high hedges.
Honey, that's great. I'll tell you what to do. I can take this.
You're not going to throw it at the front of his house and break one of the back windows.
Okay. Honey, look, tell me one thing.
What?
Look. How come that little monster can hit a thing this small and he can't find the rest of the house?
Put it back, Alvin. I'm not the one to ask. You're going to have a talk with the boy or with his father, like I did with the shopping news lad.
Oh.
You can't lose your temper about things like that. Come back here, you little monster! Come back here, put me in dress. Why, you...
Elizabeth, honey,
Come back here.
You're causing a scene.
I cancel. Even if it's free, I cancel. Now he's throwing things.
Honey,
Elizabeth, come here. Aren't you ashamed? Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And in just a moment, we'll bring you incident number 2 in Life with Elizabeth. Incident number 2 in the life of Elizabeth occurred the day she and Alvin were almost sent up the river. They didn't go, but they wound up pretty close to it. They found themselves up the creek.
honey, have you seen... Oh, you like the flowers?
I love them. That's why I bought them.
Look, instead of buying you flowers, I'm going to do something else for you.
What?
Which do you prefer, aqua rosae or aqua aurante florum?
Sweetheart, I've always thought of you as a fine broth of a lad. I'm beginning to think some of your noodles are missing, though. What's this all about?
Come with me, I'll show you. Come on. Come on, come on.
Alvin, you're using the chemistry set I got Jimmy for his birthday.
Right. But I have an idea, and I'm doing it just for you.
All right. Clean it up, Hurricane Hazel.
Relax, dear. Remember yesterday you complained about how expensive your hand lotion is?
Clean it up.
I am concocting some aqua rosae.
Well, you can clean that up, too.
Honey, aqua rosae is nothing more than rose water. A lovely, fragrant lotion that I learned to make in chemistry class.
Look, I'm all for scientific progress, but you're not going to play atom bomb in my kitchen.
Elizabeth, this is a chance for me to show my American heritage, my pharmaceutical enterprise. And with my lotion, oh, you'll have the softest hands in town.
And one explosion, and I'll have the softest head in town.
Elizabeth, please, a scientist happens to be king in his domain, his laboratory.
Will you let me remind your majesty that your domain and your laboratory are mortgaged to the eyeballs?
Elizabeth.
What? And one pot that you dirty and you're shipped to the bank in a test tube.
Oh, stop it. Come on, help me with that paper in there. Come on.
I see you're going to protect one pot.
Now, where's the Bunsen burner?
It doesn't look like there is one.
Oh, there should be one.
Well, maybe today isn't the day for burning Bunsen's.
Elizabeth, please, now I'll need your help.
What do you want me to do?
Now, let me see. Here. Take this, rip the petals off, and put it in this flask.
You stole my roses.
Elizabeth, come on, I'm doing this just for you.
Well, you're not going to explode my roses.
Elizabeth, please, will you tear off the petals and put them in this flask?
Well, maybe just one.
Careful now.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Well, of course I do. This is known as the distillation process.
He loves me not. He's not so hot. He loves me not. He's got a pot. He loves me not. What a genius I've got.
Oh, it's nothing, really. Nothing any other young American genius couldn't do.
Well, I'll say one thing, Alvin. You've got brains. And it's the little things that count.
Elizabeth, will you please pass me a match?
Yes, Herr Professor.
Hair professor.
Don't burn your hair, Professor.
Elizabeth, don't mock unless you can do better. I'll bet you've forgotten every bit of your high school chemistry. Let's see now.
Never issue a challenge like that to a scientist. Oh, you think Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was something. Look at this. Watch. Look.
Elizabeth, what's the matter? What's the matter? What's wrong?
Oh, is that a performance? Well, that's Academy Award stuff, you know.
Yes, it was. If I had an Oscar, I'd give it to you. Right on the top of your head.
I thought you said you knew all about chemistry. It's lemonade.
Lemonade? Well, yeah. Now,
Honey, what was that kind of, that cheap hair oil you fellas used to make in class? Remember that?
do I? Oh, sure I do. We used to use it on our hair in place of chicken fat.
What was the formula?
Let's see. It was formula. Lanolin and petrolatum.
Got 'em.
And, let's say, oxy-something-all.
Oxycholesterol?
Yeah, that sounds like it. And, one other, hexaparasol.
Hexatherosol.
Yeah. Mhm. Now, put them in there, stir them up.
Just put them in?
Sure, just, that's the way I do it.
Ooh. I'm a witch. I'm a witch.
Oh, come
The witch's brew. Wouldn't it be funny if this turned out to be really good for the hair and scalp? We could call it Elizabeth's Happy Follicle Hair Oil.
Take it easy. You're not making a cake.
There. The Aquatini is sending up flares.
Aqua Rosai. You through stirring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if we can just find someone to try it on, we...
Yeah. Oh, no. Are you out of your mind?
Oh, honey, you have more hair than I have.
Oh, come on. And that's the way it's going to stay, too.
Oh.
But I can't believe that you'd want to try that on somebody.
Oh.
I was only playing house.
Honey, look, we used to do it in school all the time. It's perfectly safe.
Yeah, perfectly safe. When the scientist thinks one of the ingredients is oxa-something-all.
I was a little slow, but I know now. It's...
All right, wait a minute. Alvin, meet Madame Geholzenplatten.
Enchanté, madame. Madame's a skinny one, isn't she?
Madame would like a rinse and a set.
Oui, but of course, madame. Oh, madame is the first to try our preparation. Ah, madame. I congratulate you, madame.
Madame, just button your lip and then let's get to work.
Oui.
Not we, you.
Oh, well, of course, madame, we will give you the preparation, madame. First of all, it will be beautiful. Look
Alvin.
how pretty.
Madam.
Alvin, I think Madame's going to get a...
Madam, you wait.
Hurry up.
Wait a minute.
Honey, the Aquatini is sending up flares again.
Oh, it's going to blow up. Wait a minute. Stand back. I got it. Now, stand back.
Don't burn yourself.
I'm not going to burn myself. You just control your... Oh, honey.
The roof.
Oh, I didn't know I typed this like this. Watch it. Stand back.
Don't drop it.
Stand back, honey. Oh, that's here. Nick, there it goes.
Goodbye, Rosie.
Sorry about all the mess. I guess you just can't remember formulas from high school chemistry.
No, she can't. I bet you were close, though.
That's funny. Now, we used to make that hair tonic all the time. And also that rose eye.
Yeah, so did we. I thought you had the right formula. I really did. It shows how wrong you can be. You remember how our teacher always said? He said one little mistake can be the difference between lemonade and first aid.
Yeah, well, I might as well throw that yellow dye away, too. Where is it?
What yellow dye? I didn't hear about that. Was that something else?
No kidding, honey. I made a whole pitcher of yellow dye. Oh, now we've got a gas leak. There it goes again. What? You didn't drink the yellow dye, honey. This is lemonade. Look, here's the yellow dye. Oh, honey. honey, you
Out
didn't drink
the whole thing
You
out.
didn't drink the dye, you drank the lemonade.
I don't care. I don't want to come that
Oh,
close to being
gee.
known as the girl with the golden throat. Out.
You're a sissy.
Out.
Honey, look, let me try. I'll make you some perfume.
Out with the whole
Richard
thing.
told me, honey, look at here.
Richard,
You take
out.
some of these petals.
Out.
Now, wait a minute, honey, please.
Out the whole,
Look.
and you too. Out.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And in just a moment, we'll bring you incident number 3 in Life with Elizabeth. Incident number 3 in the life of Elizabeth occurred the night she and Alvin gave a little party. And I suggest you watch this one very carefully. You've been at parties where jokes have been topped. This is the first time you'll see a joke bottomed.
You're not going in. Hey, here it is again.
No.
Hey, take a card. That's wonderful, Andy.
Oh, don't encourage him. He'll do it at the drop of a handkerchief.
It's a drop of a... It's very good. Come on, take a card. That's
We
all.
shouldn't make our bills disappear like that.
Well, look at the time.
Hey, I'm sorry, we gotta be going.
Somebody take a card.
Oh, look, you don't all have to leave at once.
Look, it's only 1:30.
We all came over in Dave's car. Come on, Dave.
Come on, Dave. Take a card, Elizabeth.
Well, I didn't know you all came over together.
What's the card?
It's cheaper that way. We get the family rate.
What is it, Elizabeth?
Well, it's after 1:30. Dave,
You know, the way Dave chatters, I think you got yourself a gabby cabby.
oh, I think you're right.
Let's get going. I didn't realize what time it was. That's funny, a gabby cabby. Oh, Gabby.
No talk tonight. I'm all tuckered out. I just want to get home.
We had a great time.
Thanks for asking.
No, we'll see you. Goodbye. Committee meeting. Yeah.
Good night. Good night, Elvin.
Good night, Dave.
Good night. Good night, Dave. See you at the bowling tomorrow night.
Yeah. Well, so long.
Good night.
Boy, am I tuckered out. Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm bushed myself.
Well, it was a swell party.
Good night.
Oh, say, I forgot my coat. It's this plane right here. Yeah, well, no, I'll just stay here.
Coming.
Well,
Good night.
good night, kid.
I was only joking about that gabby cabby. I guess you know that.
Oh, sure. Oh, say, speaking of jokes, did I tell you the one about the Indian?
Hey, Dave.
I'll be right there in a minute.
Look, Dave, the gang, tell me the joke tomorrow night.
Oh, this will only take a second. This is even better than the one Bob told. Look, there were 2 Swedes, and they were playing pinochle, you see? And the first one says, I knock on 2. No, they're playing gin rummy, huh? Yeah, that's it. Well, the second one says, what time is it, Pat? Well, they couldn't have been Swedes. It must have been Irishmen. Yeah, that's it. And the first one says,
Oh, quiet. I'll be right out there.
my gosh. Now, where was I?
You were leaving.
Oh, yeah. By this time, Mike has filled his straight flush, you see. So he calls Pat. And here's the punchline. Mike lays down his straight flush. Pat sees it, and he says... Now get this. That's what he said.
Well, maybe you'll remember it next time, Dave. Good night.
Good night, kid. Oh,
See you later.
Oh, say, I like your tucker.
Yeah, I know. Good night.
Oh, say, I just had to remember the punchline.
The gang, Dave.
He'll be right there.
The second old maid says to the policeman, she says, well, why do you suppose we threw down the key?
Oh.
That belongs to another joke, huh? No. Well, I guess I don't tell jokes like Uncle Milty.
Well, I can't even hit them.
Good night, babe.
Good night, Dave. Thank you.
Oh, boy, am I tuckered. That Uncle Milty.
Yeah, here's a card.
Oh, say, speaking of cars, you know, the card's right here in my pocket. Come on in here. I'll show you this.
Look,
trick.
Dave.
Come on.
Look.
Oh,
Dave, we...
Let's see now. First thing you got to do is shuffle a deck.
you want me to make some more coffee?
No, dear, no coffee. We don't want to keep Dave awake, you know.
Oh, no, thanks. I could go for a tongue sandwich, though.
got anything for Las Vegas, Sam?
Gee, I'm sorry, Dave. The gang out there in the car finished everything.
In the cold.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Here, take a card, Elizabeth.
Why don't you try the trick on Alvin? I've got to clean up, Dave.
Oh, come on. What's the matter? You afraid you won't remember the card?
Yeah, that's right. I have a very poor memory.
Oh, that's too bad. How'd you ever get through school?
Oh, it wasn't so tough. First 3 years of high school, they let me just sit around, stringing beads.
Elizabeth.
Oh, here, take a card.
Oh, I'll get a cigarette.
Oh, here. Take a card while he's gone, Elizabeth. Here. Just take one out of there. Now look at it. Put it back in the deck. This is a good trick, too, I tell you. Eight of clubs. Eight of spades? Are you sure, Elizabeth?
I'm sure.
Remember that poor memory of yours.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm married to Alvin. You're Dave Davis. My card was not the eight of spades or the eight of clubs. And I could have gotten out of this if I'd said it was.
Still here, Dave?
Dave, I hear the gang honking for you.
No, they're not. Oh, yes, yes.
They're honking.
Clear as a goose. Yeah,
Oh, here. Oh, okay, let me fix this deck. I want to show you this trick, Alvin. Elizabeth didn't do it right.
Well, she's a little...
You had to say Uncle Mildy was a card.
Honey, I'm sorry. Don't get mad. Dave's a swell fella.
I know he is, and I love him, but keep him off my neck with those corny card tricks. When he hounds me, I'm beginning to feel like a Baskerville.
That's funny. Hounds of the Baskerville. Isn't that a...
Here. If you don't slip up this time, I got to get going. I'm plumb tuckered out.
I'm even more plumb than you are.
I love your sense of humor, Elizabeth.
Dave, the gang can't go home until you drive them.
Don't be so obvious, Elizabeth.
Oh, well, this will only take a second. Here, take a card. Okay, now put it back in the deck. Now, boy. I got this down pat this time, boy. Three of clubs.
Nope.
It isn't?
No. Yes, it was. Oh, yeah, the three of clubs. I know it was. If I've ever seen a card, there's a three up in the corner. Black one? Yes, sir.
Sarah Bernhardt, don't overdo it. That was a very clever trick, Dave.
Well, oh, for gosh sakes, I don't know what you kids will think of me keeping you up like this, and I know you're dead tired. Oh, let's get out. Go on. Oh, man, I'm really tuckered out.
I wish I were tuckered in.
Well, you're lucky. I've got to stay up and do a financial report for Mr. Fuddy. He'll think I'm juggling the books.
Oh, say, speaking of juggling, I showed you my new stunt where I juggled 3 oranges at once.
Look, Dave, no, please.
Bye now.
You mean you're going?
Yeah, to the kitchen. Get some oranges.
Well, now. Will he ever go home?
Honey, there's only one thing to do. The next time he comes through here, tackle him and hold him down.
What do you want to do?
Stuff him so full of sleeping pills, when he walks, he'll sound like a ping pong tournament.
Honey, I don't think... What is this?
Hey, where's Dave?
He's in the kitchen getting oranges to juggle.
Poor kids must be frozen to death out in that car. Why don't you go out in the kitchen and tell Dave to forget about the oranges?
Oranges? He must be out of his mind.
Well, he's just enthusiastic. You know Dave.
What's the matter with salt shakers?
Well,
Well, I couldn't find the oranges, but I found the cheese, though. Hey, you do that pretty good.
Be right there.
Hey, Andy, what are you trying to do? Palm your wife off on... Where'd you get the sandwich?
In the kitchen? Here, you want some?
Thanks. It's all right.
Look,
Thanks.
It's very...
I bet the girls are freezing out there in the car. Don't you,
I
Alvin?
bet it's cold outside. Wait.
Hey, you're not kidding.
Well, just sit right down. I got the coffee heating out in the kitchen. Well, keep it. I will show you this trick.
Show us the handkerchief trick again, Andy.
Got it right here, Elizabeth. Now,
all you do is...
No.
We'll all be able to do it now.
Oh, I know. Hey, I don't know. Take your card, will you?
Hey.
Card, somebody.
Hey. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye.
Hey, take it.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. In just a moment, Betty White will return to say goodbye. Now here to say goodbye to you is the lovely star of our show, Betty White.
Thank you, Jack. And thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, Shakespeare was so right. A party is such sweet sorrow if you wait to clean up till tomorrow. In the meantime, goodbye, everybody.